upcoming series coming to Disney Plus, Marvel's Moon Knight. Now, for everyone here, I don't expect you to know who Moon Knight is because he's a deep fucking cut. He's a character I barely know, but I have a friend, shout out to Rick, who is probably listening to this episode right now. One of our big friends of the show. This is one of his favorite Marvel characters, and he's been messaging me every day about it for like maybe 6 months. So there are some very hardcore fans for Moon Knight out there. As for me, I'm going into this kind of blind. So don't ask me for much Marvel information on this one because I don't have it to give. But let's go around the circle. What do you think of this trailer? Let's start with 80. What do you reckon of this Moon Knight trailer?
I had never heard of him, so this was all very new for me. It looks really interesting, semi-confusing. I think I'm just gonna... I did do like a tad bit of research about his character's background, and it sounds like and looks like it's going to be a whirlwind. I feel like it's definitely one where you're going to have to pay all of your attention to, because if you miss one little thing, it might screw you over in the long run. I think the visuals are going to be really cool. You can see the production value is very high. So
yeah, they're definitely teasing us too, because we don't really see much of the costume or the VFX, but I'm sure there'll be a lot of it in this going forward. So I feel like this trailer, it's really teasing us.
It is. It really is. I really I love Oscar Isaac too, and I look forward to anything he does. I was going to ask you if you had any cool facts for me, Matt, but
I was going to do that as well.
Yeah. Here's what I know, okay? A lot of people call him Moon Knight, they call him Marvel's Batman, but I've heard a lot of people say it's not fully accurate. I saw there's a meme going around that says the difference between Moon Knight and Batman is Batman dresses in black so his villains won't see him coming. Moon Knight dresses in white so they know that there's nothing they can do about it.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, he's meant to be one of the darkest and most brutal Marvel heroes out there, but it touches on some really weird some odd topics and some really sensitive ones. So he's like possessed or something by a spirit from ancient Egypt or something to do with that. And as a result, he has like multiple personality disorder. I think there's like 20 something identities that live with him, but it doesn't look like they're going down a split path. So I know mental illness is a big element of his character, but I'm really unsure how Disney are going to tackle this, because I think with this show, they're going to want to keep Moon Knight PG-13. So, you can interact with other Marvel characters and stuff. But looking at the show, it looks like it looks like one of the most darkest MCU projects we've seen. The cinematography reminds me of the Daredevil show, which was from Netflix. That was R18. So there was some conversation of like, how's this going to be rated? I feel like, judging by this trailer, they found a nice balance. They've sort of, it looks like it could work within the Marvel universe and still touch on some dark themes. But my question is, how dark will they get?
I get you.
And he's very much like, it seems like he's a little bit like a mummy at times. He's very Egyptian inspired. But yeah, just anything else to add to? Oh, sorry. So go on, Adrian.
I did read about how many multiple personalities he has, and I was just thinking, how are they going to bring that to the table? That sounds very intense.
I wonder if the reason... So Oscar Isaac's American, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Because I think he's putting on an accent. He's putting on an English accent here.
I thought wasn't bad.
Yeah, so I feel like maybe the reason he's putting on an English accent is so when he does another personality, he can do on his American accent. He can play around with accents a bit more, maybe. Honestly, I just think it's funny how Marvel, they cast all these British people and make them play Americans. And they get an American here and they get them to play a
British.
British.
Yeah. It's like, let's just fucking make up your mind. Get someone to stick with what they got. But this isn't... Oh, no, actually, no. I'm thinking of... I was going to say he played the Egyptian pharaoh in Night of Museum, but that wasn't him. That was Rami Malek. Mm-hmm. My bad. Jesse, do you have anything else to add to this trailer? Any thoughts?
Well, yeah, I was going to borrow a page from Adrian's book and ask you, because I don't know anything about this guy and I don't really know much about superhero stuff. But I like Oscar Isaac. I probably won't end up watching it because unless it's something that we need to watch for the podcast, I probably won't end up seeing it. It's not usually my thing. But I think it looks much more intriguing to me compared to other Marvel stuff, because I find when Marvel shows and movies do stuff that's not formulaic and very similar to all the other Marvel stuff, they tend to do a lot better because it's something different and more original. And I feel like that's the way of this show. They're doing something that's not formulaic. It's more darker. It's more different, more, original. So it looks much more intriguing and different and unique in comparison to all the other Marvel content that we see often, which I think is going to be to its own benefit. So
look, you really touch on like a thing like the secret to Marvel movies, Marvel Studios' success is they have been playing around with genre and their formula. They always sort of go back to their formula at the end of the day with the movies. I feel like the shows have had a bit more freedom. Mm-hmm. But yeah, the most successful projects often are the ones where they move away or they try something different, whether it be Guardians of the Galaxy or WandaVision or The Winter Soldier, where it's like their first time where they're like, let's not make a superhero movie. It's like that was like a political thriller. But recently we've seen it not work so much. Like Eternals was a bit of a flop, commercially and stuff. And then some of the shows haven't had the best reception. But surprisingly, we never really had a really dark project from the MCU, owned by Disney. This might be their darkest yet. And so we'll see how that turns out. And yeah, I think there is a chance to do something original with this character. Yeah. But I guess we'll see. Shall we move on?
Yes, we shall.